Hey guys, Jordan here at Totally Board, and yesterday was my local community's board game buy, sell, swap event. And I was unable to make this last year, so I was really hyped when I heard it was this weekend. Pretty much dropped everything to make sure I could go to it, and I'm really glad I did because I got 5 pretty dope games for just 60 bucks. So I did bring a few games to trade and I was able to trade a couple of them. So the ones I brought was Marvel Champions Mutant Genesis expansion along with the Thor character pack, mainly because I just couldn't really find anyone to play it with. And I love X-Men, but this expansion in particular didn't really have villains I was interested in besides Magneto. So I was cool with parting with that. I also took the Isle of Cats Explore and Draw, the roll and write version of the Isle of Cats. I've played Isle of Cats and it was really fun, but I didn't really think I would be too interested in playing the roll and write, especially because I have two other roll and writes that I really like Cartographers and Dinosaur Island roll and write. But I took those two games. I took Star Wars X-Wing, the core set, and I think it's the second edition. Did not trade that, and I'm kind of glad. I brought it just in case, and the reason I don't really play this game is because I just don't have a lot of Star Wars friends who want to play it, I guess. But the last game I brought but didn't even bring inside, which I'm so glad, is Viticulture. This is a game designed by Jamie Stegmaier, and I am really hyped to play it, but it's been a tough sell with a lot of the groups I play with. I guess the theme is kind of a turnoff, but I don't know. I feel like it fits really well into the fall theme, and we are coming into fall, so I'm really glad I kept it. But I was able to trade both the Mutant Genesis and Thor character pack, as well as the Isle of Cats Explore and Draw for a good amount of different games. So what I'm going to start with is the only game that I bought outright, and this game is 2019's Tapestry by Jamie Stegmaier, and this is Snowmeyer Games. This is a 1 to 5 player civilization type game. I don't really know too much about this, honestly. This is also going to come with 2 expansions. So the vendor had just included them. He bought them and just put them right in the box. So that's really cool. But I did look this up on BGG, and I was looking up the mechanisms because, like I said, I don't know much about this, but I do know it looks beautiful. I think the art is absolutely gorgeous, and I've heard great things about it. I love also that it's solo, and it includes the, what do they call it, the Automa Factory, which I hear plays great in the majority of games that is included. But yeah, as far as mechanisms, BGG says it includes area majority, dice rolling, grid coverage, hand management, what else? Open drafting, push your luck, all kinds of stuff. Take that. It sounds crazy. And I was listening to Meepletown's, I believe it was Meepletown's podcast, and they were going over their top 10, and I believe one of them had this at like number 3. And for some reason, I've just been hearing a lot more about Tapestry. What else was I listening to? Hold on. I was listening to the Level Up board game podcast as well, and they also mentioned Tapestry. I think it was one of their number 9. So really excited about this. I was talking to a buddy that I had met. Shout out Branderson. He saw this game and he was like, dude, if you haven't played this, you need to, especially when we were talking about some of our favorite games. I think I brought up A Feast for Odin, Great Western Trail, things like that. And he was like, yeah, you got to try this. So I don't know if it's going to be remotely similar. Theme-wise, doesn't look it, but it looks really pretty. I mean, the game looks great. It comes with these crazy miniatures, which I'll try to get some B-roll and show the miniatures, but I can actually bring them out really quick. They're really cool. I mean, they're all like painted, and I don't know if they are actually painted, but like they look like absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'll definitely put some B-roll on the screen so you guys can see the quality. It looks great. I mean, the game looks really great. So very hype on this game. I feel like 40 bucks is kind of it's a pretty insane deal. So that is the first game I bought. And then next up is going to be the trade. So the first game that I actually was able to snag at the event was, let me pull it out here. Give me one sec. Now, this is a game, you can probably see the corner of the box right there. This is a game that is the big box to one of my favorite games. It's my number 5 on my top 10. I'm going to link that video. I just put it out. My number 5 is Dinosaur Island Roar and Write, and this is the bigger box. This is Dinosaur World by Pandasaurus Games, and I think it has the same designers. Yeah, Brian Lewis, David McGregor, and Marissa Masura, excuse me. They were the same designers as the Dinosaur Island Roar and Write, and I believe this came like a package deal, I think, on like Kickstarter. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like I heard about that. But yeah, this is essentially a game where you are trying to create the most exciting, thematic dinosaur theme park. So it's like Jurassic Park, the board game. And I love Dinosaur Island Roar and Write. It is so good, especially for a roll and write. The fact that a roll and write made my top 10, let alone top 5, is crazy. Here's a little guy right here. This thing's so good. And I immediately knew once I played this and how much I liked it, I wanted to at least delve into the bigger boxes. And Dinosaur World in particular, I looked up the stats and stuff on BGG. Of course, I was curious about the rating, but I don't try to look into that too much. But this actually got lower ratings than Dinosaur Island. So I'm curious as to why that is. Not much, but it was a little bit lower. But it is going to include little Jeeples, which I think are cute. What else? I think it actually does have some dinosaur meeples in there too. Yeah, they do. I see some Stegosauruses. Looks like a T-Rex or something. But also the game came, or the guy who was selling it, I can't remember his name, but he included like everything was super organized. So we have the player little organization things here. We have this little worker database deck. And they're all in these little cassette type things. I think they're actually like a cassette holder, actually. And then he included it's a tackle box basically with all of the meeples and like everything super, super well organized, if you guys can see that. And yeah, I traded Isle of Cats for this along with $20. So I knew I wasn't going to play Isle of Cats, or I didn't really plan on it. So trading that along with $20 I felt like was a really good deal. So very hype on this. This is probably, let me see. Yeah, this is probably my number 1 I want to play. Then number 2 is probably Tapestry. But we're going to move on now to the other games I got. And the final thing I was able to trade was the Mutant Genesis expansion along with the Thor character pack. And I really want to give a big shout out to both Chance and Sam/Sammy. I'm not sure which one he prefers, but I went around to all of I believe there were either 10 or 12 people selling, different vendors, and was trying to see if they would take or if they were interested in the expansion, the Mutant Genesis, and they weren't, but Chance and Sammy were, and they hooked it up so fat. So I initially had my eye on this game, which I'm going to bring out first. This is a game that I have played before, and it's a very popular 2014, I believe, deck builder called Star Realms. And let me move that out of the way. This is basically just about as core as you can get when it comes to deck building and just a pure deck builder. I played it once, and it was really good. This is actually the 2021 big box that supports up to 4 players, and I think it even has some it's not a campaign, but some bosses and some PvE type stuff, I think. So yeah, I already busted this out. This was brand new. This was new in shrink. But I opened it, sleeved everything just 30 minutes ago, and love this game. If you haven't ever played this, you should check out the Dice Towers review on this. It's kind of an older one. It's pretty funny with Tom and his daughter, I believe. But it's just a really great deck builder. I had a lot of fun with it. This one comes with a little board, which I don't know if I think if you buy Star Realms by itself, it's actually just a deck of cards. So this is going to include quite a bit more. But this game's fantastic, and I love deck builders. If you've seen my top 10, which I already talked about, I'm going to link it again. And Undaunted is my number 9, which is a pretty pure, significantly pure. Is that right? I don't think I'm wording that correctly. I'll probably cut that out. It's a deck builder, and I love deck builders. So yeah, Star Realms is a game I'm really excited about getting, and What they did, shout out Chance and Sammy, they threw in 2 more games. So the second one they threw in, this was also brand new, and this is the first game in the series that I'll be playing. This is Unmatched. Now, this is Redemption Row, I believe is what it's called. It's going to come with Luke Cage, Ghost Rider, and then Moon Knight. And so this is essentially like a 1v1 slash 1v1v1 minis battling game where it involves a deck. I don't really know if it would be considered a deck builder or not, because I don't really know much about this game, but it does include some fantastic miniatures. Quality is really good. I don't know if I've ever seen like really good quality miniatures or not, just because I haven't really played too many miniature games, but they are very well done. I think the details are really nice, and they have like a kind of wash on them that looks, it just kind of highlights and accentuates the details. It looks really nice. So probably can't see that at all, but I will definitely get some B-roll of these as well to throw up on the screen. And I'm really excited to play this too. I was in one of those same podcasts I was just talking about. I think it might have been Meeple Towns, but one of them had Unmatched at like number 2, I think. So when I saw this, I was like, man, that's a really good deal. Let alone getting these 2 combined for the price of just the Mutant Genesis expansion. But not only did they give me these 2, they threw in 1 more game, and I'm going to push these all to the side here. They threw in this one. This is a classic. Oh, Moku's here. What's up, buddy? This is, hey, come here. Good boy. This is Istanbul. Now, the only thing I know about this game is that it's like in the top 500 on BGG. I don't actually, let me look. I want to say it's like top, it might even be top 100. Hold on, let me see. But this is a game that combines a lot of mechanics as well. I looked this up beforehand. So this is 159. So it's high up there. That's very high up there. And as far as mechanisms go, I think I said mechanics, dang it, mechanisms. It's going to include dice rolling. Let's see, what else? Pick up and deliver. That's like the first one I've heard of that. A racing game, Moku. Come here. Worker placement. That must be the biggest thing in the game, I would imagine. Move your merchant and his assistants. Use assistants to carry out actions. Collect goods and rubies in your wheelbarrow. Okay, interesting. So it's maybe like a resource management type game, but it kind of reminds me of, what's the game? Jaipur. Have zero clue if it's even remotely like that game, but you know, you are like a merchant, you're trying to make money, and overall, I liked the aesthetic of the game, and they threw all 3 of these in for literally the Marvel Champions Mutant Genesis expansion. So shout out to you guys for real. I do appreciate that a lot. And I'm really excited to get these to the table again. And what I like about at least these 2 is they seem very accessible, very quick, and it's going to be something that I can play quickly and I can get it to the table soon. Istanbul, I don't know how heavy this is. Let me look, actually. This says, according to BGG, it is sitting at 2.58 out of 5, so it's a medium weight game, takes 40 to 60 minutes. That doesn't sound too bad at all, actually. And it also supports 5 players, which is a huge plus. So, yeah, these are the 5 games that I got this weekend, at least at the time of this recording. Let's see if I can get these in frame here. Might be able to stack these up. But overall, I'm really, really hype on all of these games. I am probably most excited for Dinosaur World. This is a game that is the successor or the big brother to the Dinosaur Island, Roar and Write, as well as Dinosaur Island. But I don't think I'm gonna have room for everything. But I'm also really, really excited for Tapestry. This is a game that I've, just like I said, been hearing a lot about recently, and just really excited to get this to the table. I don't even know if I've ever played a Civilization game like that. So all in all, super, super hype. And yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you ever played these games, let me know in the comments what you think about them. I'm really curious to hear your opinions on these. And I'm curious if you've bought any new games recently, and if so, what was the most recent game that you did buy? But this is Jordan here at Totally Bored. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.